we talked about AI, but AI is powered by data, right? Any idea about data, whatever we read and heard about data, what exactly data is? If I write 30, 32, 34, 36, these are numbers, raw information basically. But if I write 32, 34, 36, 38, and then you put a title આપી દઉં, temperature. Now it is more meaningful, right? હવે એને થોડો વધારે આપણે સારી રીતે સમજી શકીએ. Now if I write Vipul over there next to that, and then after write March, April, May, June, it is more clear, more evident that now it is the temperature of Vipul as a place in different months of the year. So when you process the data, it becomes information. So what are these? What we talked about, that is information. 32, 34 was simply the data. But now after information, if you process the information, what would be the outcome? Information તો તમારી પાસે છે 32, 34, 36, 38 ટેમ્પરેચર વલ્લભીપુરનું માર્ચ, એપ્રિલ, મે, જૂન મહિનામાં. હવે આને પ્રોસેસ કરો તો તમને શું મળે? What will you get out of this? Knowledge. Perfect. So knowledge એટલે શું? What knowledge did you get from this? It is that, okay, what is the minimum temperature of Vipul in the year, or what could be the average one, what could be the maximum one, something like that. That is basically the knowledge. But when you process the knowledge, what could be the outcome? Huh?
Outcome?
Yes. If you process knowledge, we process data, so it becomes information. We process information, we got knowledge. But when we process the knowledge, what is the outcome? Understanding, or maybe in a different word, it is wisdom. Wisdom is basically a foreigner wants to visit Vipul. He will look at the temperature in a particular month of the year, and then he will decide, oh, it's too hot, I should not go there. Or it is too cold, it could be a good visit for me. So that is wisdom. You take decisions based on
Evaluation.
Yes, evaluation is also right. But I talk about wisdom, why? Because AI is right now providing you all this wisdom. So we have collected huge amount of data from the internet. Internet ઉપર ઘણા બધા information છે, data છે, અને companies like Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, Meta has harnessed means બધી ભેગી કરી લીધી, and then they processed it. After processing, they got the information, then knowledge, and now it is wisdom. If you go to US and look at the Tesla's car, autonomous vehicle, એમનેમ ચાલે છે, બરાબર છે? There is no need of driver. Why? Because it has collected a huge amount of video footages. એ લોકોએ video recording કર્યા drivingના, અને પછી એને process કર્યું, અને now it takes decision wisely. કે ક્યાં મારે ઊભા રહેવાની જરૂર છે, ક્યાં નથી રહેવાની. So it is all about, in short, it is all about wisdom, what we are using right now. If you ask ChatGPT to do something, it is wise enough to give you a better decision, and we follow that. But now coming back to the important aspect, why we are here together, we are talking about a number of things about NEP and globalization of higher education, AI in the education, etc. So now I have one single question to all of you, that will AI replace teachers?
Never.
How many of you are agree that okay, yes, it will replace teachers? No one? Okay.
Yes, there is one person.
There is one. I appreciate that. It is going to reshape. It is not going to replace, but it is going to reshape. And today I will also show you one demonstration of an AI professor of myself. Basically, it's a clone. હું છું વિડિયોમાં, અને I will be able to talk to him. તમે પણ કોઈ પણ એને ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછી શકો છો. 24/7 it's available. You can ask any question. So now tell me, where is the need of a teacher in person, a physical teacher in the class? When you have someone who is more knowledgeable, even મને કદાચ question answer નહીં આવડે, પણ એને તો બધા આવડશે. And that is me only. So colleges ની અંદર કે now we transpose that particular person into a robot, humanoid. એવા humanoid બનાવો તમે કે જે મારા દેખાવનો, મારી હાઈટનો, હું જ લાગુ એવો humanoid હોય, એના અંદર એને AI થી પાવર કરો. તો એવા humanoid કોલેજમાં હોય, અથવા તો જ્યાં પણ wherever there is a teaching engagements happening, they go and they teach. They are more powerful than human. So AI is not going to replace, it is going to reshape. That is the first thing you need to remember. And why we are talking, all of the people in the world are talking about AI, because if you do not adapt, if you do not use it, it is going to definitely kick you out of the market. જે લોકો નથી જાણતા, જે લોકો નથી use કરતા, there would be a time for them that they would not be able to understand any of the thing in the world, because everything is technology enabled, everything is AI powered, and that is how we need to be careful, and that is why we want to learn all this, and we are going ahead with that technological development. And અને ઇનોવેશન એટલા ફાસ્ટ થાય છે. Every day, every few hours, some innovations are coming up in the market. And we as an adapter are lagging behind. So innovators are so fast. Every day, bધી કંપનીઓ નવી products લાવે છે. We are not able to cope up with them. And somebody has told that, કે આટલી બધી information છે, we need very few. So we need to use it wisely. આપણે આજે કેમ આખો દિવસ મોબાઈલમાં અને એમાં બધામાં રહીએ છીએ? Because it is flooded with information. Reels are not going to stop. You just scroll up, and you are going to get a lot of information. It is basically a kind of an engagement where we as a user are contributing to them. તમે WhatsApp માં કોઈ મેસેજ શેર કરો, Instagram માં પોસ્ટ કરો, Facebook પર કરો. You are actually working for Mark Zuckerberg for free. You are contributing your data. And તમને કદાચ ખ્યાલ નહીં હોય, once you post something on Instagram or any of the social media, it becomes the property of that company, not of yours. You can download, but it's their property. So you are contributing so that they become billionaires. And we don't get anything. It is a wastage of time for us. So we need to use these technologies wisely. Now, second question. When we talk about AI tools like ChatGPT, etc., કેટલા લોકો વાપરે ChatGPT? All, right? છેલ્લા 2-3 વર્ષથી અમે મેસેજ રિસીવ કરીએ કે ઈમેલ રિસીવ કરીએ, we feel like students have become so much, intelligent. Email, SMS, most of them are written by ChatGPT. So it's good. We are learning, we are becoming better. But once you learn for first time from AI tool, now don't go back to that. Use that intelligence, use that knowledge, because it is an assistant. It's telling you that, okay, this could be the best way to write an email. Now you should follow that. And finally, based on that, you will have to write your own emails at your own. Don't be dependent on that, otherwise you will be slave of AI technologies. There was a time, maybe like 30-40 years back, calculators જ્યારે માર્કેટમાં આવ્યા ત્યારે ન્યુયોર્કમાં એક ઓપોઝ થયો હતો એનો, અને there was a rally in New York કે આ બંધ કરો ને એટલે લોકો આમાં કઈ મેથમેટિક્સમાં કોઈને આવડશે જ નહીં. We are using it today because we are learning the fundamental mathematics. It is okay, simply the calculations plus minus or maybe some tables we use, but mathematics is also being supported with the technology, but now it is directly targeting your brain. Human race is all about not to do anything, make our lives easier, and that is what the race is all about. આપણે બધું આ જ કામ કરીએ છીએ કે કેમ ઓછું કામ કરવું પડે, કેમ આપણી લાઈફ સિમ્પલ બને. પહેલા લોકો ચાલીને એક ગામથી બીજે ગામ જતા હતા. Now we have vehicles, now we are talking about flying cars, now we are having jetpacks, number of things all together. So we don't want to take efforts. Remote controls છે, ઘણી બધી વસ્તુઓ છે which actually help us in terms of making our lives easier. હવે માણસ એવું વિચારે છે કે મગજે નથી વાપરવું. Let us transform our intelligence to computers. And that is what the fundamental definition of AI, that when you transform human intelligence to computers, it is basically artificial intelligence, so that we don't need to use our intelligence. And if you don't use your brain, what will happen? Biologically, the organ or the body parts which you don't use will become useless. So finally, there would be a time when people will be intelligent as well as dumb. Dumb people would only be the followers of the technology. They won't be able to use anything in terms of brain, etc., because they are not using it since many years, and that would be the problem. Okay, so I'm not going to show you all the slides, but I will talk in general because it's not going to cover all those things in details, but I will see how I can do much more. So now the first thing is for students, specifically use AI tools but wisely. That is the first advice. Second thing for researchers, for faculty members, that we have a lot of, we are the luckiest one right now that we have such thing in the market available for research, for preparing our material, etc. The notebook LLM which was demonstrated by Dr. Barrett is the most amazing tool. That's my favorite one. And you know how it helps you to prepare your presentation, how it helps you to create a blog, podcast, everything. તમે YouTube નો વિડિયો જોયો છે, એ YouTube નો વિડિયો 2 કલાકનો છે, પણ તમારે તમારું PowerPoint નું presentation બનાવવું હોય, just provide the link of that YouTube video. It will find out all the transcript from the conversation in the video, and it will prepare the PPT contextually also. It will provide graphics also, and it will prepare a PPT for you. તમને ક્વેશ્ચન આન્સર જોઈતા હોય, ઇવન તમારે તમારું સ્પોટીફાઈમાં પોડકાસ્ટ બનાવવું છે, you want to make your own podcast in Spotify, you prepare your material, notebooks છે, PDF file છે, photographs છે, PPTs છે, YouTube ની link છે, and then you can give all these materials to AI, and finally it will prepare a podcast for you. So basically it is helping us to speed up the process, fasten up everything, and basically saving the time. एक एवो टाइम હતો જ્યારે like usually what we do in research, we do literature review, then we identify the research gaps, then we define the research scope, then we create the problem statement, and finally methodology and everything. We do our research. So literature review used to take 6 months of time mostly, but nowadays with the help of AI tools, we don't need to search on all the Google search. It will give you all the related research papers to you, and finally it will like fast. It will speed up the process in short. So use it wisely. But many of the teachers, many of the professors, many of the students even ask ChatGPT that write a paper on behalf of you. That is not ethically correct. That is not ethically correct, because we are taught what is right and what is wrong. It can help you, right? Definitely it will create everything for you. But how many of you as a student have asked ChatGPT that, okay, this is the question paper of last year, give me more 300 questions similar to this, I want to prepare for the exam. That you will never do. So use AI tools like that. Don't ask for the answer, because it knows everything, but you have to learn. So that is the first thing, that use these tools but wisely and ethically. That is the second. And the second thing is, whenever we are talking about AI tools or maybe use on the internet, it is not correct. It is few gigabytes of data only. તમને હું એક્ઝામ્પલ આપું કે તમે કદાચ એવું નક્કી કરો કે આઈ વોન્ટ ટુ ડાઉનલોડ એવરીથિંગ ફ્રોમ ધ ઇન્ટરનેટ, બિલિયન્સ ઓફ ટ્રિલિયન્સ ઓફ જે પણ વેબસાઇટ ઇન્ટરનેટ ઉપર જે કંઈ પણ ઇન્ફોર્મેશન છે ઇન ધ ફોર્મ ઓફ વિડીયો, ઇમેજીસ, blog articles, Wikipedia, PDF books, etc. If you download everything, first of all, it is not at all possible for anyone in this world today. At this moment, it is not at all possible. OpenAI, even Sam Altman cannot download all this. Microsoft cannot download all this. So what they did, they harnessed some useful information from the internet, and that was like when ChatGPT's GPT-3 model was launched. કેટલી information download કરતી ખ્યાલ છે? 570 gigabytes only. And nowadays on internet, even today, like at that time also, it is in zettabytes, petabytes. તમે એની પાછળ જોશો કેટલા zero આવે. So the information on which we are dependent, or we feel that okay, it is the whole intelligence, it is not the case. આ બધી information નથી. હું એમ કહું કે વલભીપુરની એક લાઇબ્રેરીમાં એક બુક પડી છે, it is not digitized. ઇન્ટરનેટ પર છે જ નહીં, અને તમે એવું માનો છો કે જે દુનિયા ઇન્ટરનેટ પર છે એ છે. No, it's not like that. We are missing a lot of information from these AI tools. And another important thing is, again, all these AI tools are also little bit biased. Biased એટલે શું? કે તમે જે માનો છો એ તમને રિઝલ્ટ આપે છે, એમાં બાયસ છે. બાયસ એટલે હું એક સિમ્પલ એક્ઝામ્પલ આપીશ કે મેં હમણાં ભાવનગરમાં એક ઇવેન્ટમાં પણ આપ્યું હતું કે હિસ્ટોરિકલી our society was male dominated. Usually male gives instructions to female, અને મોસ્ટલી બધા ઘરમાં કે ગમે ત્યાં જતો એટલે female are to take the commands. તો એમેઝોન ને જે પણ પ્રોડક્ટ બહાર પડી, એલેક્સા, એનું પણ નામ ફીમેલ આવ્યું. Siri પણ ફીમેલ નેમ છે. શું કામ? Because you give commands to them and they give you all the answers. Now second thing is, if you look all the historical architecture, તમારા આર્ટ્સમાં ને બધામાં ઘણું બધું ભણવાનું આવતું છે કે most of the words which we use, like milkman, postman, cameraman, chairman, આ બધાનો meaning શું છે? Why they are men only? રસ્તા પર પણ લખેલું છે man at work. હમણાં રસ્તામાં આવતો એક જગ્યાએ લખેલું man at work, ત્યાં women કામ કરતી હોય છે, but it is man at work because the society was male dominated. And all these data, તમારી જેટલી પણ જે પણ શેક્સપિયરની બુક કે કંઈ પણ આવતું હશે એમાં તમે વાંચશો તો આવા મેલ ઓરિએન્ટેડ વસ્તુઓ હશે, એનાથી જ આ બધા મોડેલ ટ્રેન થયેલા છે. So when you ask something, they are biased. But since last few years, UNESCO Gender Equality Initiative and all those things, now we have started talking about chairperson, camera person, like that. So now the data is being changed, but whatever data has been collected are basically all biased. So it is only for this example, but there are a lot of things altogether that they are biased data, and we should not completely be dependent on that. Another important thing is, all these Asian countries, like except China, we are highly influenced by the Western culture and Western innovations and Western technology. આપણે આપણું તો કંઈ બનાવતા જ નથી. વેસ્ટમાં જે પણ થાય એ આપણે રેપ્લિકેટ કરીએ. We try to copy those things, we try to modify those them. Elon Musk autonomous vehicle બનાવે તો ઇન્ડિયામાં પણ આપણે એવું પ્લાન કરીએ, let us make an autonomous vehicle. But our problems are different, their problems are different. Google Map જ્યારે માર્કેટમાં આવ્યું હતું, એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપીશ ટૂંકમાં. મને એ કહો કે અહીંયા કોઈને ગૂગલ મેપની જરૂર છે ખરેખર? હું જ્યારે ભાવનગર રહેતો હતો ત્યારે કોઈને પણ પૂછો ને તો એ આપણને એમ કે ચલો હું તમને મૂકી જાઉં, પછી પોતે ચાલીને પાછો આવે, પણ આપણને મૂકી જાય ઘર સુધી. That is what the culture in which we are living right now, even today also. But these Western societies force all these to use. They enable all this technology that how you are directly or indirectly become slave of using this technology, and finally it becomes part of our life. હું પણ અત્યારે આવ્યો તો I use Google Maps. ન હોત તો હું પહોંચી જાઉં. બરાબર? But the thing is, we need to think that, okay, what problems I can solve in this district using AI, what research I can do for this thing, and then we publish it. And then finally we become the superpower. That is what the important thing is. We should learn from them. We should be inspired from them. We should get inspiration. But finally we have to make our own. And finally that is how we can reach to the Vikasit Bharat 2047. And we are talking about those things. But not to be dependent on all other things. So coming back to a few examples, how AI can change your life. How AI can do something interesting. So I have like 3 demonstrations to show you, and all of you will take participation in that also. Telegram છે બધાને ઇન્સ્ટોલ કરો, જેનામાં હોય એને ટ્રાય કરજો. But first of all I will show you the clone of myself. So that would be more interesting one. આવું છું ને અહીં માઇક લગાવો કે આમાં ચાલશે શેર કરેલું છે. Can you hear me?
Squad down.
I'm asking. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You're coming through a bit choppy. Say that again. Audio લગાડી શકાય?
કોડમાં ભેગી હોય ને લેપટોપમાં.
ના ના લેપટોપમાં કોડ નહીં દીધી
આપણે અખવાડિયામાં નહીં થયું.
આમ આપી દીધું.
હા
હા ચાલે
અચ્છા.
હા ન કરાય આમ ના માલો આ આપો
એમને બોલી આવશે વિસલ આવશે.
Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. What would you like to know about the interactive avatar? Am I done? Samlai?
હા હા કીધું છે તો
I'm not quite sure what you mean. Can you tell me more about what you're asking?
ચાલુ જ છે મારે તો
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. But I've got questions about.
કોડ આવી ગયો મેં
So એક AI અવતાર છે અને મારું જ ઓડિયો સંભળાય છે અસંભળાય?
આ પીન આ ઓડિયો પીન નાખ્યો સંજયભાઈ
આ પીન આપ્યો
આ
ને
પીન નાખી દો ને બસ નાખી દો એટલે ડાયરેક્ટ એને તો રેકોર્ડ તો અવાજ નહીં
લંબાઈ
Can you hear me?
Không, પહેલી không હોય કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ જાય માપે આમ તો ડાયરેક્ટ બોલી
Can you hear me? How about the interactive avatar? So this professor is trained with some sort of data related to artificial intelligence. તમે એને આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સ ડેટા એઆઈ ના કોઈના પણ ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછશો, અત્યારે મને સાંભળે છે એટલે એ ડપ્પુ મારશે વચમાં ક્યાંક, બટ હી ઇઝ ગોઈંગ ટુ આન્સર મી any of the question. Even you can also come here and ask any of the question. He will be able to answer all of them 24/7. and based on that, we'll check. Okay, so I will ask the first question. What is the difference between data and information?
Oh, good question. Data is drawbacks, while information is processed, data that's meaningful. Want to know more about how this relates to AI?
બીજી વસ્તુ અત્યારે મેં એને એવી રીતે ટ્રેન કરેલું છે કે ભાઈ બધાના ટૂંકા જવાબ આપવાના. હું એને એમ કહું કે 10 મિનિટ આન્સર આપવાનો છે તો 10 મિનિટ બોલશે. 1 કલાકનું લેક્ચર આપવાનું કહીશ તો 1 કલાક જ બોલશે. If you have any specific question, because તમને એવું લાગે કે આ તો પોતે ટ્રેન કરીને આવે એટલે પોતાના જ ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછે, I will ask any of the question of your interest. But right now it is related to AI. Okay, let me ask one more.
Got it. So, what specific AI question do you have in mind? I'm here to help. Sure thing. Go ahead and ask your question.
अच्छा, मुझे ये बताओ, हिंदी में पूछूं जो है, मुझे ये बताओ कि वर्ल्ड की कौन सी कंपनी है जो AI टूल्स में सबसे ज़्यादा आगे है?
I didn't quite catch that. Could you clarify what you're asking about AI tools? Okay, Google and Microsoft.
Any questions from your end? Anyone wants to come and
I didn't catch that. Repeat. I'm here to help.
How can AI develop in future?
There is a question, what would be the future of AI in next 5 years?
Great question. The future of AI looks promising with advancements in automation, personalized experiences, and smarter decision making. What do you think about that?
See, if you try to catch, it is my audio only because I have cloned my audio also. So the voice is mine, but the engine is of United States English basically. So my accent and his accent could be a little bit different, but that is also not very far. That he would speak like me only exactly and any of the language. Right now he speaks in other languages also, but I need to set up those features. Now let's go out of the AI and ask any other questions. Let us check whether he is able to answer all that or not. Can you tell me how much protein intake is required for human every day?
Sure. Generally, adults need about 46 grams for women and 56 grams for men daily. It can vary based on activity level. Got any more questions?
So now you got the idea that if you have such teacher available or professor available, even at any point of time you can call and directly talk to him, and even he will be able to answer all the questions of your. And even if you ask to explain something, okay, let me ask a question as a teacher to explain something. I want to learn about the fundamentals of GPT. Can you explain me like in 10 lines?
Absolutely. GPT, or Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is a type of AI model that generates human-like text. It learns from vast amounts of text data and uses patterns to predict the next word. The model has layers of neurons that process information, allowing it to understand context. It can answer questions, write essays, and even create stories. GPT is fine-tuned for specific tasks, improving its performance.
So now,
it's widely used
stop.
for chatbots, content.
Now you can ask this teacher to stop, but you can't ask your teacher to stop in the class. See, now what would be the future of this? What would be the future of this? That right now it is a interactive avatar clone of a person, because I took my 20 seconds of video just nodding my head because I'm listening a question. I wanted to mimic like that, so that's possible. But now if I ask him a question that show me your Aadhaar card, he won't be able to. Otherwise, he should pull out the Aadhaar card from the pocket and to show me. That time is also not far. If I ask him, stand up and go, he will have to be off the screen. So that is how it's going to be there in the future, that you can call anyone at any point of time, you can interact with them, you can, because see, how people use AI, that is very, very important. હમણાં હું એક પેનલ ડિસ્કશનમાં હતો જયપુર, મારી સાથે એક પેનલિસ્ટ હતા, એમણે એવું કીધું કે મારી વાઈફ એ ચેટ જીપીટીને એવા ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછે છે રોજ કે હું ખોટી હોઉં તો મારા હસબન્ડની હું કેવી રીતે જીતી જાઉં. See how the way people are using AI for all those things. તમે ઘણા પણ એવા ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછતા હશો, personal questions, but you need to be very much careful of sharing your information. That is also very, very important. Now, I will also show another interesting demonstration from one of the slides. And Tata bye bye kariye. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. You're welcome. Start connected so you won't be able to hear you. Okay, now the second question, real practical use of AI somewhere. Those who are married, having kids,
શું કરું થોડું
બાકી પાછળવાળા માટે નથી આગળ. પહેલું બાળક જન્મે, હા? પહેલું બાળક જ્યારે જન્મે ત્યારે એનું કોઈ પણ કમ્યુનિકેશન નહીં. That is through practical. So when you have the first child, the communication, the way of communication is only cry. ભૂખ લાગે તો બાળક રડે. ભૂખ લાગે તો પણ રડે, ઊંઘ આવે તો પણ રડે, ડિસ્કમ્ફર્ટ થાય તો પણ રડે. એટલે ડોક્ટર પાસે જાય કે સાહેબ બહુ રડે છે બાળક. And because my brother is pediatrician, I know the same thing. Every day, like 10% of the patients come with that complaint. Sir, bore rade. But they don't know what is the reason why they are crying. Because the only way of communication is crying. And bolta nathi avadtu, so they cry. So I thought that let us use AI to identify the reason of crying. હવે જ્યારે બીજું બાળક માણસને થાય ને કોઈ પણ પેરેન્ટ્સને તો એમને બધી ખબર હોય કે હવે આને ઊંઘ આવે છે, હવે આને જ્યારે ભૂખ લાગી છે, સમથિંગ લાઈક ધેટ. So what we did, we collected a huge amount of data of baby crying. કે બાળક જ્યારે ભૂખ્યું થયું હોય ત્યારે એનો અવાજ પેટર્ન શું હોય, ઊંઘ આવે ત્યારે પેટર્ન શું હોય, અને then we collected all this data, audio data, and we trained the model and we deploy it to a small hardware. હું એ live પણ together જોવું હોય તો, but we don't have a baby here. So I will show you the video કે કોઈ બેબી ક્રાય સ્ટાર્ટ થાય અને તમે એને બાજુમાં રાખશો ડિવાઇસ, ઇવન યુ કેન ડિપ્લોય ઇટ ઓન ટુ એ રિસ્ટ વોચ ઓલ્સો, એટલે તમારી ઘડિયાળમાં પણ બતાવશે કે ક્રાય, વોટ ઇઝ ધ રીઝન ઓફ ક્રાય, ઇઝ હંગ્રી, ડિસ્કમ્ફર્ટ, સ્લીપી, એટસેટ્રા. So that is another example which I would like to show here from one of the slides. Recently I demonstrated this on કોઈને થશે આ રૂમમાં આટલો બધો અવાજ કેમ? So you can see, you can see that there are two videos. I demonstrated this on my campus few months ago. જે ડિવાઇસ છે એના અંદર AI થી ડેટા ટ્રેન કરીને એક મોડલ બનાવેલું છે. તમે જોજો શું થાય છે, અને ટ્રાય ટુ રિમેમ્બર ધ બેબી ક્રાય પેટર્ન ઓલ્સો. It shows discomfort. It immediately identified and it showed discomfort. ફરીવાર જુઓ. And now look at this another video and try to understand the crying pattern also.